Welcome to Girl Talk, Master's Division. And yes, it's me, Dr. Beverly L. Swanson. Girl Talk, Master's Division is straight talk, is real talk. Marriage, relationships, sex. Sex. Children, teenagers, life. Let's have an experience together. If you just take a minute, I have wisdom to share. Girl Talk, Master's Division is just for us girls. Welcome to Girl Talk, Master's Division. I'm Dr. Beverly L. Swanson, and Girl Talk, Master's Division is real talk. It's simply a conversation for mature, kingdom-minded women. And we're going to enter into the no more excuse zone. Yes, ladies, it's time to get up. It's time to stop thinking about it, stop dreaming about it. It is simply time to stop trying to plan about it. It's time to start doing it. So I'm hoping to give you enough tools, information that will encourage you to get going. I believe the first thing that we have to do is to understand how powerful we are and that we have the capabilities and the abilities to do just that already. It's in us. It's innate. So let's talk about those characteristics of a woman. And I'm simply going to go to the Word of God, Proverbs 31. You're familiar with it, but we're not going to talk about it in its entirety. But what I have done is gone through and pulled out some nuggets that we need to take charge of this thing we call life. So I want us to say and understand that we are excellent women. We're spiritual, we're capable and intelligent, we're virtuous. And our value is far more precious than jewels, and our worth, ladies, is far above rubies or pearls. And a good man will trust in us with secure confidence. And he excels because of our influence. That is, if he listens, which is another conversation in itself. But the qualities we have, ladies, we have the quality and the comfort others, to encourage others. We are not lazy. And we equipped ourselves consistently with strength and spiritual fitness, mental fitness, physical fitness, and this is without even trying. That's why we tend to get restless if we're not doing anything, if we're not moving forward, if we're not growing, or definitely if we're not being acknowledged. Ladies, we are designed to do great things, and we're designed to encourage others to do great things as well. So there isn't any reason to not understand that it is absolutely impossible for us to fail as women. We don't have to be afraid to get up. We just have to stop making excuses about doing so. For those that are wanting a mate or relationship, we're in the spring. You know how we are in spring. The flowers are blooming, the sun is shining. You know, those that are single want a mate. They want a companion to have a relationship with, to enjoy this time. And many are desiring to be married. Well, listen, if you want a mate and a relationship, there's things that you have to do. Get up. Go places. Go do those things that you enjoy doing without him. So when you do that, he has an opportunity to see you in your element. You've got to get out of the house, ladies, and go to other places besides church. And let's say, for instance, that there are some of us that want to increase in knowledge and wisdom. And that's wonderful. I'm always wanting to increase in knowledge and wisdom. always looking to expand my horizons. And that is something that I'm hoping that you want to do as well. There's no other way to increase the knowledge and wisdom. And I'm not talking about prayer life and so forth. That's a given. But I'm saying if you want to expand your knowledge base and expand your wisdom base, then you have to expand your horizon. Are you going to other cities? Are you going to other states? Try going to another country, being around other people, seeing what you can learn from their cultures and their walks of life. Are you going to conferences so that you can learn how other people are teaching, what they're saying? Great opportunity to meet others that have the same interest in development as you do. Follow the miracles. Get up, ladies. There is more to life, I assure you, than what's in your own cities or your own town. There's also those of us that want financial gain. Okay, now that is awesome. Financial gain and income opens up the door for endless possibilities of growth. We can do more if we have more, whether it's helping others, whether it's sowing into those charities that we love so much, or things that we want to do as well. Things that we want to do with our families, even something as simple and wonderful as a vacation. We need financial gain to do that. So I ask you, are you investing in you? Financial gains means that there are things that we have to do in order to achieve that. Are we investing in ourselves? Are we going to classes to enhance information or arenas that we're already involved in or working in? There's always room for advancement. There's always things that we can learn and grow to take us further where we are right now. So we have to ask ourselves, are we taking classes? Sometimes we need to get help. Sometimes we need to get a coach. Ladies, even a coach has a coach. If we want to move forward in our lives, sometimes we need direction with that. We need the eyes and ears of someone else that is established or equipped, trained to do just that. That is a good thing, to recognize and realize that. You see, we have to stop saying, I don't know how to do something. And we have to start saying, I may not know how to do it, but I'm going to find out how. I want to see how much is inside of me. So we hire someone that can show us, direct us, teach us, and if there's things that we want to enhance in what we already do and we don't know how to do it, we hire someone that does. And we learn from them. For instance, with the podcast that we do together, I don't know how to do a lot of the technical stuff. I can sit here and talk with you and share my knowledge, my wisdom. I can do the content, but I've hired an amazing producer that takes that and enhances it. She adds the commercials, she adds the music and those things that makes it interesting to hear, that draws us in, and we want to hear, we want to engage, that builds us up. She does that for me, and she does an amazing job, as you know. But she also says, Dr. Beverly, I'm going to show you how to do some things so that you know how to do them as well. See, this is what I'm talking about. We should never, ever settle. Never sit still. Life is moving. Days are moving. Weeks are moving. Months are moving. And as we all know, the years go by quickly. So, how can we sit still and not surround ourselves or involve ourselves in those things that we need to grow as well? I would like to share with you some research that I have found about why it's important to have a coach for personal development. Because I want you to see it's not just me, it's just not something that I'm sharing with you, but research says the same thing. I want to share with you, ladies, 6 core benefits of personal development. You see, what I have found is personal development is often talked about, it's used, but it's hardly ever explained. So people really don't have a knowledge base of what it fully means. Well, personal development is about investing in yourself so that you can manage yourself effectively, regardless of what life brings your way. You see, personal development, ladies, allows us to be proactive. Rather than to wait for good things to happen, we get out there and we make them happen. We may not always achieve all of our objectives because, hey, we are women. The list can be very long when we really start thinking about it. But we will experience a richer and more rewarding life when we commit to pursuing our own objectives. You see, making a commitment to personal development is the very first step on the path of personal fulfillment. So let me share those 6 core beliefs. Number 1, self-awareness. Personal development begins with self-awareness. You know, Charles Hassan made a quote. I want to share that with you. He said, "Before you find your soulmate, you must first discover your soul." Personal development. It begins with self-awareness. You get an opportunity to know who you really are, what your values are, what your beliefs are, not just what you've been taught, but what you feel inside and the purpose that you wish to pursue. You see, true fulfillment can never really come from chasing someone else's dreams. If you really want to achieve lasting happiness, we want to know and we need to know the design that our life is based on and who we are by design. That unique part of us, that authentic part of us that we never really had an opportunity to discover because of life and life stuff and life responsibilities. Who are we outside of a mother or a wife or a daughter, a co-worker or a friend? Personal development and a personal development coach gives us the opportunity to do that. And that way we can chase our own goals and our own objectives because we can set them based on who we actually are internally. Number 2, it gives us a sense of direction. Once we have our self-awareness raised and we have a clearer picture of those things that we want to achieve in life, I tell you, decision-making becomes a whole lot easier. Number 3, improves focus and effectiveness. Because with personal development comes the clarity that we need, and it gives us an improved sense of direction. And number 4, ladies, more motivation. We can never have enough motivation, right? When we know what we want to achieve, it's much easier to see the benefits of taking that action. And it makes the task ahead more enjoyable. It's an adventure. Life, ladies, should always be an adventure because life is ahead of us, not behind us. Behind us is the past, but in front of us is life. And it's time to grab hold of that. Number 5, greater resilience. Now, we are already resilient by nature. But let's face it, there is going to be times when tough times come in life. And when these times do come, We need to have the skills and the attributes to deal with them effectively. So personal development cannot prevent these things from happening, but it will give us the tools that we need to deal with them far greater with confidence. Personal development is truly good for us all. Number 6, more fulfilling relationships. Now let's face it, ladies, relationships can be a double-edged sword. They can either lift you up or drag us down. But when we improve with personal development, we are truly better able to see which of those relationships are worth investing in and which relationships need to be cut loose. So these are just some of the benefits of personal development and having a personal development coach, having that insight that we need by having another set of eyes and someone to direct us to, having a greater understanding and acknowledgement and a new picture of who we truly are inside, our unique and authentic self.
Girl Talk.
Let's have an experience together.
Girl Talk.
If you just take a minute, I have wisdom to share.
This is Girl Talk, Master's Division, hosted by Dr. Beverly L. Swanson. Got questions? Email Dr. Beverly at info@drbeverlylswanson.com. Stay connected to all things Girl Talk Master's Division. Follow Dr. Beverly on Facebook at Beverly L. Swanson-Powell. Instagram, Dr. Beverly L. Swanson Inspiration. Or visit her website, drbeverlylswanson.com. Girl Talk, Master's Division.
Now, for those of us that want to start our own businesses, very, very important to have a business development coach, or to at least look into it, ladies. Why? Because everyone benefits from coaching. It's really rare to find any high achiever who doesn't look to a coach for candor, for reassurance, and most definitely advice. Even professional athletes and entertainers, CEOs, have multiple coaches that they utilize in their inner circle to stay fit and focused. A business coach is a mentor. It helps us in our development. It helps us in our practice, in advising, in our skill set, in training. It helps us realize our potential, our ability, and it increases our knowledge. It truly helps us to focus on our strengths, recognize our fears, our challenges, and helps us with our successes. It is very, very important to look at acquiring, even if it's for a short time, to gain insight, a business development coach. Some of those things that a business development coach can help us plan is strategies for achieving goals. Number 1. Number 2, accountability. A business development coach can help us get back on track when we need to. Number 3, access to a sounding board. It is so important to have access to a sounding board. It helps us know what type of questions to ask, the right questions to ask, where we can be open and candid and very importantly, have a confidential conversation so that we can better perceive our own strengths and most definitely important, our weaknesses. Next, organization and priority. These sessions allow us to get information that we need to achieve and set short-term goals and long-term goals, and to keep track of the next steps that are necessary. Surmising those steps. Next, it gives us fresh ideas. You see, a really good coach brings fresh ideas to the table. Oh, we so need that. We are constantly trying to think of what we can do and how to satisfy those that are in our arena of business, that sometimes we just get stuck in neutral. And having a coach helps with bringing fresh ideas to the table. Those fresh ideas can bring us better connections, and those suggestions can just move us forward. And, we just need help at times getting out of that neutral stuck that we can get in. After you've done this, ladies, and we realize that it really is time, again, to stop saying, I don't know how to do something. And it is time to just look at hiring someone that can help us do that. Even with our children, ladies, if they don't know how to do something, the first thing we tell them is to go to the library and get help, or go to the teacher and get help. These things are just as important for us in our lives, and being the best that we can be and have a satisfying and gratifying lives, that it is for them and their growth. No, I look at Oprah Winfrey. Don't look at whether or not she's a Christian or not. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I'm talking about her accomplishments. We can take a look at what she does well and learn from that and put our own spin on it and our own signature on it. Sometimes we have to loose and shed those religious mindsets because it can keep us from growing. We can take a look at how someone is successful based on the steps that they have taken to improve themselves and put our spin on that. We know where we look for the positive and the light, but you see, we have a better chance of people seeing the love and the heart of the Lord if we position ourselves to be seen. One of the ways that we consistently and continue to move forward after we have done those things that we need to do to put things in action and not making more excuses is to have those positive affirmations always available. Those positive statements that we continue to say every single day to encourage ourselves. Positive statements or affirmations, ladies, are not just for those that are feeling down or deep inside. It's encouraging for us all. It's essential with the world that we live in today to consistently encourage ourselves. You see, age is not a factor. Executive status is not a factor, nor financial status, ministry status, or otherwise. Words of positivity and words of biblical truth set the standards for our day. It is important, essential, to have those positive statements, affirmations that we read daily. Here's another tip. Record your affirmations. You can record your affirmations so that you can listen to it at any time, whether you're driving in a car or working around in the house, on a walk. Make a habit of listening to your affirmations. You can record and listen to those affirmations so that you can hear them or say them out loud. Perfect whenever you feel low or stressed out. Listen to your recorded self-affirmations before going to sleep, or even as soon as you wake up in the morning. It is a great stress reducer. It makes you feel more confident, happier. Ladies, it is simply just empowering to do that. It's always good to come up with some of your own affirmations, but sometimes we struggle with that. But I want you to know there are many places that you can go to look at some of the affirmations that are already written. There are affirmations when you want to enhance the feeling of thankfulness. There are affirmations for abundance. There are even affirmations, ladies, for when you are exhausted. Affirmations don't necessarily have to be where you are today, right at this moment. What affirmations does is speaks those things that are not currently to what you know they can be. You are exercising your faith and stimulating your spirit by speaking those truths. And if you continue to do so, ladies, those truths will become your reality. When I was looking and researching for our podcast today, I ran across this one that's perfect for me, and I want to share it with you. It's called Daily Abundance Affirmations, and it's written by Jessica Lauren. This is what it says. I always have whatever I need. God takes good care of me. I have plenty and some to spare. What I want wants me. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. I do the work I love, and I'm paid well for it. I am open and receptive to all the good and abundance God has in store for me. I deserve the best, and I accept the best now. God is directing my every step. I trust in Him completely. My talent will make room for me. I release all resistance to money, and I allow it to flow joyfully into my life. That was perfect for me, and I wanted to share it with you. That's one of the affirmations that I will definitely speak to myself daily, and I am going to record it. I hope that this has inspired you and it helped you. I hope that with the information that you have heard, the tools that you've received, that you will make no more excuses and join me in the no more excuse zone. It is time to get up. Thank you again for taking the time to be with us today at Girl Talk Masters Division. If you have not joined my private group of Girl Talk Masters Division for Women on Facebook, I hope you take the time to do so that we can continue our conversations privately, get to know each other better. I can share tips that come up, and you have an opportunity to share what is on your heart with me. I want you to know, as always, I love you more. And I'll see you next time on Girl Talk Masters Division.
This is Girl Talk Masters Division, hosted by Dr. Beverly L. Swanson. Email Dr. Beverly at info@drbeverlylswanson.com. Stay connected to all things Girl Talk Masters Division. Follow Dr. Beverly on Facebook at Beverly L. Swanson-Powell. Instagram, Dr. Beverly L. Swanson Inspiration. Or visit her website, drbeverlylswanson.com. Girl Talk Masters Division.